back to Some Diary. My next guest today at this amazing Tantra Festival is Eyal Matsliah, and he's going to be talking to us about his book, Orgasm Unleashed. Welcome, Eyal. Eyal, thank you so much for joining me on I'm super excited to talk to you because your passion and your focus is all about increasing women's orgasmic pleasure.
And men's.
And men's.
And men's. Yeah.
And you've just written this book last year.
Yeah.
Orgasm Unleashed Your, pleasure, healing and power. Okay. So my first question for you, Eyal, is how did you get into this work?
So the short story, there's a long story. Short stories, I've been doing this all my life, and I've always been interested not just in having sex with women, but really getting to know them, getting to understand them. No, here's another man trying to understand women, pleasuring them, healing them, and empowering them. And then I got into Tantra. I did a Tantra workshop back in 2005. And it gave me the ideas, it gave me the tools to actually do all of those things that I wanted to do. And I started having pleasurable experiences, but also healing and empowering experiences with women. And after a few years, they told me, you should offer this as a service. And I said, oh, me, I'm not I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough to do this. And the friend told me, you're already doing this, so start offering, really do this. So I started offering this as a professional service, sexual healing.
Does that mean that you're making love to women?
No, I was at that time I was calling it yoni massage, which is vaginal massage. I stopped using that term. Now I'm doing the Goddess Awakening session, which might or might not include genital touch. So I learned so much about women even with working with them. And then I said, I want to help women not just by one-on-one sessions. I want to create something like this that reaches women everywhere in the world. So it took me quite a while to write this book. And I kind of like put, maybe not everything, but nearly everything I have into the book, as if, if the next day I'm going to die after I publish, everything's there. So it's a guide for women to become deeply orgasmic by themselves, without relying on somebody else.
So if I want to become orgasmic, what do I do?
So first of all, understand that you need to change what you think about orgasm. So it actually starts from mindset. Many people go into it's like I need to rub this or buy a bigger vibrator or get a man or whatever. And I would say when you expand the definition of orgasm, your orgasm will expand. Yeah. So you start with a mental understanding. The next thing you do is letting go of clitoral orgasms. So clitoral orgasms are not bad, they're not wrong, but many women, when they have a clitoral orgasm, afterwards they feel hypersensitive in their clitoris and they kind of like feel done. It's a very short and sharp peak, and afterwards immediately there's a drop. And also it kind of like feels like my orgasm when a woman has that. It's not like our orgasm. It's kind of like, tick the box, I had an orgasm, on to the next thing. Understand there's a whole vast universe of orgasms. And you can be orgasming not for 15 seconds, like the clitoral orgasm, but you can be orgasming for 15 minutes or an hour. And that's an orgasm which doesn't involve effort. It's kind of like riding the waves of orgasm. So yeah, first of all, understand. Let go of the clitoral peak and the clitoral release, and instead learn to internalize your pleasure. So the main practice that I teach women, a practice that has changed the lives of women who have read the book and my clients as well, is self-pleasuring. And when I say self-pleasuring, I don't mean masturbation. I mean self-love. So learning to make love with yourself, to pleasure yourself internally as well. So to use a penis-shaped vegetable or a dildo, a non-vibrating dildo.
Why non-vibrating?
Because vibration robs you from the natural sensations that you have and actually numbs you to the subtle sensations. Okay? So in order to really connect to the feelings inherent inside your yoni, inside your vagina, it's really good, first of all, to put your fingers inside and to see what does it feel when I press here? What does it feel when I press here? This is a practice called yoni mapping, also in the book. And then daily self-pleasuring without clitoral stimulation. 30 days have changed the orgasmic experiences. with the women that have done that.
What have you found has been the biggest type of feedback you've had from women that you've worked with? What kind of thing they say to you?
A few things. Most of the time they never were aware that this thing ever exists. Because society is focused on the clitoris. The clitoris, it's as if it was invented in the 60s. It's like it didn't exist before. There's so much focus on the clit. And because the clit is amazing and it's good to include it as part of the stimulation. So I'm not saying don't touch your clit. I'm just saying don't let yourself have that explosion. So this is the first thing that women say. I wasn't aware there's actually 20 different kinds of orgasms or more. This is something called the orgasmic state. It's not an orgasmic moment. So a woman can be on an ecstatic state for literally an hour. The next thing I hear from women is that they feel that they have a lot of resistance. And the resistance coming from the fact that they don't actually love themselves, appreciate themselves, and find themselves worthy. So I suggest women to do this practice of self-pleasuring every day. And a woman would come and they'd tell me, it's like I feel that I can't give myself the time of day. I keep fixing everything outside, taking care of everybody outside. But when it comes to giving myself the time, I'm having resistance from actually doing that. So this is why sexuality, like I say, is not about sex. And this practice is a life-changing practice. It's a practice that teaches you to love yourself, to love and accept your body. It's not just about sex.
What would you say to someone who said, oh, you're just a guy and you just want to get off with as many women as possible and all that stuff? I'm sure you've heard that.
Yeah, he's another guy that thinks he knows what he's talking about women. So yeah, it's true, I am a guy. But I haven't been endorsed by female sexual educators like Layla Martin and Emma Power and Bonnie Bliss and Elisa Verez and Shani Simpson and Vanessa Florence and many others. So there's women who are actually doing this work which says that this book and this guy knows what they're talking about. And what I would say is we have to stop the separation between men and women, and we have to allow ourselves to receive the gifts. So I have female teachers and female healers that I received a lot from. So I allow myself to be taught and guided and healed by women and men. So it's time to lay down the weapon and to receive the gifts that we have for each other.
And if a man were to be watching this, he might have questions like, well, how can I give my partner this pleasure? And what's in it for me?
So I'll start with the second one. What's in it for me? For me personally, and I feel for many men, just witnessing a woman when she's really connected to her body, really in her pleasure, for me this is as satisfying as having sex with her. So when I witness my lover in a state of orgasm, I can just look at her. I don't even have to be inside her. So the one, what's in it for me side, it's the fulfillment of watching Shakti, the fulfillment of watching energy, the fulfillment of watching expression. The second thing is that you can change life with this practice. So many women don't orgasm. So many women are disconnected from their body, from their love, from their vagina, from their femininity. So you can help not just pleasure a woman, not just please a woman, but you can help empower a woman. You can help change a woman's life with your presence, with your love, with your touch, with your conscious cock. So this is actually also the way to do that. Focus on your presence. It's not about the doing and the pushing and the pounding hard and so on. It's about, first of all, being present with the woman. So when you hold her in your arms, first of all, be totally present with her and don't have an agenda. So the agenda is not, oh, I'm going to make you orgasm. The agenda is I'm holding you and I'm receiving and accepting everything that you are and everything that you do.
Okay, that would make me open. If I feel that as a woman, if I feel an agenda, I'm like,
yeah. And obviously there's so much more. I hold a workshop called Awakening Female Pleasure. And the whole focus is how to teach men to pleasure heal, and empower women with their presence, with their voice, and you can bring a woman to orgasm with your voice, with your eyes, with your touch, and obviously with your cock and with your body.
Thank you so much, Eyal. I could talk to you forever. It's just fascinating, this topic. If people want to know more about your work, where can they reach you?
So to find the book and info about sessions, and I'm happy to do a 50-minute free session with anybody that wants to have some more information about this, that is intimatepower.com. Intimate like intimacy. Intimatepower.com, and you also can get the book there, and there's a lot of free resources there as well.
So once again, Eyal, thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And thank you to you for watching, and join me next time on the next Heart to Heart with me, Shakti Sundari.